Welcome to the Camo Expedition. What's up, guys and girls? It's your boy Kimsley Zar, and you're tuned into the Camo Expedition. Forgive me, guys. So, guys, it's the second day, right? It's the second day of 2020, or the third? Is it the third? It's the second, yeah. The second day of 2020, guys. Wow, 2021 was a pretty interesting year, I must say. So, guys, this is the first video for 2022. It's on the first Sunday. So, hoping to catch some trades tomorrow. Yes, guys, which will be on the 3rd, the first Monday of 2022. And we're hoping we'll at least catch some short-term trades, hopefully, guys. So, guys, I'm currently looking at AUD USD. The reason is it's been a pair that I've been looking at since the whole December. In fact, I've been copying some profits on it. So, guys, we can now see that we are in a bigger bearish channel, right? I think we can all spot that. And this is basically our horizontal support, and then this is our now trend line support. And then we have a trend line resistance over here. And then as we dive deeper, you'll see some other supports and resistances on the smaller time frames. So, guys, according to Elliott waves, right, what we use to trade. So according to Elliott's wave, guys, what we're looking at right now is an impulse was over here, and then a correction, and then a really strong impulse to confirm a third wave, and then a correction, and then the last impulse, right? So this is basically a resistance over here that should be forming, right, guys? According to how we've seen the market play out so far, because it's the first correction and second correction over here, right? And we can spot that this is basically our third correction. So usually the third correction, guys, is the one that confirms which trades we should be taking, either to the upside or the downside more, because it actually determines whether the trend is continuing or reversing, guys. So we've already confirmed right now that we are at the third correction, guys. So you can see from this impulse over here, so we put our trend line like that, we can see from that impulse, or descending wedge rather, that this market broke out over here. It was an impulse, broke out, and then a young retracement, and then a continuation. That's basically what happened here. So you can see already, guys, that after it broke out, momentum was to the upside, not to the downside anymore. To the upside momentum over here, like an end pattern there, creating an end pattern, something like that, guys. So that's basically how it should play out, and then some more retracements and continuations. But we'll be able to spot that once we dive down into the smaller time frame, guys. So since we've already spotted that momentum right now is to the upside, guys, what we should do right now is analyze to the pot. So according to the way I trade, guys, I already know that this over here is a continuation pattern. If you look at it properly, guys, let's properly analyze it, maybe for you guys actually see what I'm seeing. This is basically it, guys. It's like an expanding wedge type of thing over here. It's a continuation pattern, guys. So we can already see impulse, correction, impulse, and then it's correction to the upside, guys. So usually when we see a pattern like that, so when we project this, really convenient, see, when we project that like that, let's cater for all touches, and then yeah, let's try to clone this. so that we get a proper look at what the market is trying to say to us, guys. Exactly. Clone it to this point. So what we're basically looking, now we have a clear picture, guys. We literally have a clear picture of what we're looking at. Right now we can spot, okay, we're basically looking at a bullish channel, right? Which is now at a trend line support, right? And this is our trend line resistance, and then we have a horizontal resistance, or support rather. Support, guys, which was a previous resistance. Yes, it was a resistance before, broke out, now it's a support. So when the market breaks out of a previous resistance, you know it's a support. It's basically, it becomes a support, just as when it breaks from a previous support to the downside, it becomes a resistance now, guys. So that's basically what's happening over here. So go into the smaller time frame, which is the hour. Can now clearly spot this uptrend that we now have, right, guys? So over here, guys, I think we can spot that we have an ascending pattern over here. It's basically corrective. We would know if it was maybe more impulsive, like the previous movements here, that would basically be looking for buys. But the fact that it's trickling up to the upside, it's trickling to the upside, and it's more like in a zigzag form than really impulsive. So we can expect right now maybe a break to the downside like that, because this pattern is basically a reversal pattern. It's basically showing us that there are possibilities of the market reversing, changing direction, so to speak. So on the minute time frame, guys, we can clearly spot over here that we have two options. We can either take this trade to the sell from here, which we'd risk about, let's say 45. 46 is fine, sorry. And to the downside, guys, 85 pips. It's basically 85 for that, or you could take it a bit sooner than that, guys. And what you'd consider with that is going to the smaller time frame, 27 with this one, and then the target would be about 100 pips, which is not bad, guys. Which is really not bad, considering it's a Monday and we don't want to be greedy at all, guys. We really don't want to be greedy. So this is basically what we're looking at, guys. So from this entry, we'd be looking at risking about 50 pips, guys, for 85, and then over here, and then I put the stop losses, guys, right above the resistance, just a few pips above where the resistance is, so that is if there's a possibility for the market to come up again, at least it has enough room to breathe until it activates my trades, right? Knowing that it has room to breathe every time it comes back, right, guys? And then from there, it would just be managing the trade, guys. So what we have confirmed is we're looking at a short-term sell right now, guys. We are basically waiting for a short-term sell, because it would be something like this. It would be something like this, guys. So from here, the market breaks out, which is now support, becomes resistance, and then the market would break down to the downside, guys. Even from this point, the scenario still applies. It'll break out, retrace, and then we have sells. It's basically that, guys. More entries for you. It's even good for scaling opportunities when it does that, guys. It's good for scaling opportunities, and instead of checking more currency pairs and confusing yourself with a lot of currency pairs, you could just get to choose one currency pair, and then you just go with it, guys. So these are some of the last week's trades, guys, that I was basically looking at. This is Euro USD, guys. Euro was a bit strong for me last week. Although it took a while to break out, but the trade that we're hoping to cop some few pips on there. It should be around there. Yes, guys. So we are from our support, which now broke out. You can see it broke out from this descending structure, broke out to the upside. So what we're basically looking at, guys, is more buy trades for Euro USD, guys, which it even gave us a W sort of pattern, guys, if you can spot it. The W sort of pattern, like that, like a W. That's a double bottom, guys. So a double bottom is a reversal pattern. You know, it's a bullish reversal pattern, basically, which says the market would be going up after that. And then, guys, we were looking at Tesla. You were basically looking at Tesla, guys. Let's go to the smaller time frames. So I was looking at, guys, I'd noticed that we just came from a high resistance, right, guys, from a 5 wave move. So it broke out of this. If you properly look at it, it broke out of this ascending wedge over here, guys. What's this? Forgive me, my server's slow, guys. I need to use so it basically broke out of here, guys. So that's what we noticed, that this should give us, basically give us more sales, because even impulse is to the downside more. Impulse, you can see it's more to the downside, guys. It's basically a trade that we've been waiting for, and it activated us 2 times, guys. It even gave us a smaller and a double top over there. And we know a double top is a reversal pattern, takes you back to the downside, guys. And then after this trade, the last one of the day, okay, this one, I like this one more, guys. This was a trade that I liked more because, yeah, well, I had some people oppose me on this trade that I took that was a sell, but I stuck to it, guys. I stuck to the buy that I had seen, basically, guys. Market is not about predicting, it's about actually listening to the market and seeing what it's giving you. And it actually paid out well, guys. It actually really paid out well. This buy that I had, because what I was looking at was we already came down from a descending wedge, guys, and then we broke out, and impulsively broke out massively, broke out, which was really beautiful, and then gave us a continuation pattern over here. And then over here on the smaller time frames, I spotted a descending wedge, which then broke out, which broke out of our resistance as well. And then if you know the formula, guys, you know when a market breaks out of a resistance, it becomes a support, which means it retraces on top of it and then continues to the upside. So that's basically what I spotted over here. It broke out, guys. So this is how I predicted it would go, but then it actually went just up, not as I anticipated, even better than I anticipated, guys, and which was a nice buy trade, guys. So this was gold for me last week. It was a really beautiful trade. The last days of 2021. Well, guys, that's all from me and the KMO team. And like I always say, guys, the marathon continues.